Australia to spend $500 million on coronavirus vaccines for Southeast Asian and Pacific neighbours.
Here's a summary of the article.
Australia is set to spend $500 million on an advance purchase of COVID-19 vaccines to help its regional neighbours bounce back from the pandemic. The Morrison government says lending a hand to Pacific and Southeast Asian nations will assist Australia's economic recovery and health security. A fast, safe vaccine rollout in the Pacific and Southeast Asia will mean we are able to return to more normal travel, tourism and trade with our key partners in the region, Ms. Payne said. Until the pandemic is over for everyone, it's not for anyone, and this support for Southeast Asia and the Pacific to introduce a successful vaccine is a strong contribution towards ensuring the health of all Australians and our neighbours, UNICEF Australia researcher Alice Hall said. A vaccine is still a long way off, and the pandemic is expected to push a further 500,000 people in the Pacific into poverty, Deputy Chief Executive Matt Tinkler said. The Australian government has also entered into advanced purchase agreements with AstraZeneca Oxford and CSL University of Queensland for over 84 million units of vaccines. Earlier this year, the government promised to set $80 million aside for an initiative that would help Pacific and Southeast Asian countries get cheap access to a coronavirus vaccine.
This post received a score of 40,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Fun fact: Anzac Day is celebrated in my hometown in Malaysia.
Where in Malaysia? Never knew that.
Kota Kinabalu is the only one that I can account for, since I'm from there.
Seriously? I'm a Kiwi, but I lived in KK for years and never noticed Anzac being celebrated.
Good on you, mates. Glad to hear good news like this.
We just miss Bali and Thailand. Pretty sure Bali misses all Australians too. Lots of business are really struggling since March, since Corona started.
Is Bali to Australia what Benidorm is to Brits?
Yeah, pretty much. Spain, Greek islands equivalent. Edit. I should really say Kuta is. Ubit isnt exactly like Benidorm.
Because they want to go to Bali. Smiley face.
Yeah, this is basically the motivation. The sooner the East Asia region eliminates the virus, the faster their economy can recover.
Enlightened self-interest. It's sad how rare that is these days. In the US, you can't convince anyone to spend $1 to save 10 next month. People will literally pretend they don't know shit's getting ready to go downhill, then bitch about how much it costs to fix the damage their failure to prepare contributed to. It's absolutely maddening, and shows no sign of improving, at least not before January.
Hey, I don't want to solve these problems our country faces. I just want to put band-aids on it and have Republicans try and take away those band-aids.
It would help if our options weren't conservative, or conservative and also crazy.
Well, this is gonna piss off the bogans who unironically complain about welfare while collecting welfare.
If this is true and my country, Malaysia, gets even a little smidge of it, Australia will be the first country I visit for a vacation as a gesture of appreciation. I always wanted to go to Japan, but for this case, I can push that to another year. Although, I doubt my country would get anything but a small lil thank you from me regardless.
Scratching my head wondering why Malaysia would need this help though. They might get a little bit, but I feel like most of it is aimed at countries that won't be able to afford their own. Not sure Malaysia fits that category. Have I got it all wrong about Malaysia?
Yeah, would seem strange to me. I would have thought all the little micro-islands, PNG, East Timor are within our purview.
Australia funds vaccines and that makes me chuffed.
Got new tires and that makes me chuffed.
Australia.
That's too many syllables. Just, Straya, will do.
Straya.
There are reactive policies and there are proactive, and more importantly preventative, policies. This is a proactive policy that almost all states should embrace. They want that business back at the same time preventing another outbreak. Don't have a failure of imagination when it comes to certain policy concerns.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.